Yeah, it's the content people want. Yeah, just pick them up. Wait, let me see. Come here, boo. Say hi. Thank you. You want to say hi? There you go. Good boy. Rare, yes, very rare. Very rare you guys get that close to Boo. Look at this dude. Yeah, he's massive. He's a big boy. Big boy. Big boy. Good boy. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. All right then. Okay, test 1 2, test 1 2. Can you say something?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, there you go. Okay. Nope, just trying to fix your audio levels. All right, bud. I heard you had a problem with my political takes. What's your problem?
Um, it seems in general it's that you're on the sort of hackish end of, the whatever you're advocating for whether you're on like the, want a lot of social welfare programs, far left, however you would characterize yourself. I would say you're on the hackish side, and what I mean by hack is that you don't really care about what the truth is. You just care about my side, right? You just care about, well, what is my side saying about like a certain incident that involves, let's say, the police involved shooting on a certain incident, or, in terms of when we're talking about systemic racism, it's not really concerned about what the truth is. It's just whatever my left side is saying and what is the right side saying about something. And so
But
it's like the, the issue that I have is like we don't need any more partisan hacks on either side. I know people are going to have their, political sort of certain flavors that they're for. It's just that like just advocate for what you want to advocate for, but don't be a partisan hack. Don't like, well, let's not include this detail. Let's not actually look at the full truth of this story.
have you ever seen
That
something where
doesn't
I've not
help.
looked at the full truth of a story for a hackish end?
Yeah, like the Kyle Rittenhouse case. I mean,
So I'm
he
guessing,
was.
did you watch the video on my take on Destiny's take, or how do you know about my Kyle Rittenhouse take?
I've, I believe there was the video you had about. I don't know all
Which
the
one?
specific takes.
There's two relating to Kyle Rittenhouse that I've put out. One relating to Destiny's take on Kyle Rittenhouse, which revolved around whether, well, what was it?
Well, yeah, it was about how
Whether or not he should have been banned for like what he said. That was the most part of the thing. And the other thing was that I think left wing people should be armed and know how to use their guns when going to protest, because people like Kyle Rittenhouse exist. So which one? So which one and what take that was the problem?
Well, I don't disagree with. I mean, he was being obviously hyperbolic with. I don't care if like
Yeah, well, what's your
these
take with
lefties
mine? I
come
mean,
out.
yeah, it's very interesting. What's your problem with my take, and what take did you have a problem with, and what's wrong with my take?
Well, I don't want to mischaracterize you. I just see a lot of people on the left. But so I mean, if I can go on a specific video where um, I've seen you take, sort of a left wing. I don't really care about the truth. I would say it'd be about the systemic racism issue on that. So yeah, you can give me your take on the Kyle Rittenhouse, and if you don't fall in line with how the left just automatically just pre presumes that Kyle Rittenhouse is automatically guilty, if you have a different take, then I'm fine with eating my words that you actually have a not hackish take on it. So
Guilty
what
in
is your
what sense? I
understanding
think
of what
he's guilty
happened
in
with?
being like a piece of shit, and I think he's guilty of killing people. Guilty in the sense of in the eyes of the literal law. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a judge, and I'm not a part of the jury. And that's not even. I don't even think they're in court
Yeah,
yet.
I mean, I
But
think that's sort of a okay. So do you believe that? So again, I don't
thank
really
you,
care
volunteer
who thinks
firefighter.
somebody who's a piece of shit, because that doesn't mean anything.
I
It
mean, it
means,
does. Yeah.
okay, was this certain case a self-defense or was it not? That's the whole point. So what is your? So you have no idea.
Thanks for the host. I appreciate you.
this guy because he's on the right. Like that doesn't help anything. You do that. You
Wait,
do know
how
that,
did you
bro.
jump from he shot people to he's on the right? How'd you make that leap? That's a very incredible logical leap that you just made.
He's on the right. Well, because people are saying he's wanting to. He's saying black. What is it? Blue cops? No, Blue Lives Matter.
Only
So a
blue
bunch
cops
of
matter.
people are
That's true.
pointing that out.
So
You
so
really
once
think that
again,
this guy
my
was
thing.
on
So
the
once
left?
again, wait,
If
wait,
this
hold
guy
on, hold
was
on, wait,
on
wait,
the
hold on,
left,
hold on. You just keep talking, and I just don't understand. All of your points are completely distant from. It's the distance from one end of the observable universe to the other. Okay, so I want to stick on one point.
You're not saying anything.
So you
Just
said.
get
So
specific.
you
Say
said.
specific
So you
things.
said. So you said that I think that he's. So I said I think that he's bad because he shot people, and then you jump from he shot people and he's walking around with a gun in a protest to he's on the right. These two things are very
No,
different.
I didn't. No, I hadn't. That's not what I was linking. I'm just saying that people on the left
I don't care.
are
I'm not people.
saying that we
I'm
have
not
to.
I'm not CEO of people on the left. Talk about my takes, okay? If you don't know any of my takes, then I don't know how you care about anything that I've said.
Well, again, I think it's a bit it's a bit facetious to think if this guy was on the left trying to protect property, that suddenly people on the left would suddenly attack him also. No, they wouldn't. Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't care
They
if he's
would
on the
not
right
be
or the left. What I
attacking
care about was what he was doing, which was bad.
Okay, well, tell me what he did that was a piece of shit thing to do besides the word kill.
Well, him as a also, yeah. I mean, no, I'm not going to leave out the word kill because he killed people and that's bad. I mean, you can think
Well,
your
get
own,
specific.
certain
What
thing on
what
it,
was
but
the
yeah.
first
I mean,
what
killing people is pretty specific. But anyways,
so in
I think
self-defense it's a piece
so.
of shit thing to
Well,
do
we
to
haven't
kill
even
somebody.
gotten there yet. But anyways,
Okay,
for
well,
one
lay
going
down the case about how
one
he's a
going with
piece of
his
shit.
group of militia members as a literal child, left his group to
Okay,
walk around
militia
completely.
members.
Wait.
Tell
Let
me
me lay
what
out my case.
specific
Let me
tell me
lay out my
what
case.
specific militia group. Tell me what
So
specific
he was with
militia
his
group.
so he
Tell
was
me
with his
what
militia group,
specific.
and then he left
Tell
his
me what
group
specific
to walk
militia
around
group.
inside of the
Tell me, you
protest,
can't name it
and
because this is a
to walk around.
general just
Okay,
talking point. It was a part of a militia group. It was people that were
wasn't it
calling
called
for people
Kenosha
to
Guard or something?
defend property.
It doesn't matter what his group was named
Yes,
was.
it does.
How?
This is just a smear tactic, a part of a militia group. This is what I'm talking about. No
The
one
group.
cares about the truth.
Who
Everybody's
cares
just
what the name
looking to
is?
smear.
I don't care what the name is. I don't care if the name was like Rainbow Dash
You don't care
Buttfuckers
that
United.
people wanted to
I don't
you
care
want
what the
people just to
name
just
is.
burn
I
shit
don't
down?
care what the
Hey, that's
name
not such a
is.
bad
I
idea.
don't
No
care
one's
what the
life is
name
getting ruined.
is.
So what
Are
if
you
some
dumb?
shit is getting
Do you
burned
do you
or maybe
understand what
ruined?
words mean? Is English your first language? You seem to be completely incapable of understanding what language means. I said I
No,
don't care
I
what the
do.
name
You're just
is.
trying to
I just don't
ad-hom.
care
That's
what
all
the
you're
name
trying to
is.
do.
I
You're
don't
not
care what the
trying to
name is.
actually further
I
the
don't
cause.
care what the name is. I don't care what their name is. I care about the things that they do. I don't care
Okay,
about what
you
their
do
name is.
care what again,
I don't
you're
care what their
trying
name
to
is.
say militia group. So you
They
know
are a
that's
militia
a
group.
smear word, so that's why you're using it.
They
Just
are a
admit
militia
that. I
group.
mean, you don't have to be a coward about it.
I'm not a
Just
cow. They are a militia group. That's why I said the word.
again, you just said they are, so you know which one it is then. You can't just say, well, they
Didn't
are
I
a
already
militia group,
say?
but I
Isn't
don't know
their
which
name
one.
Kenosha
That makes
Guard?
no sense.
Kyle
Oh
Rittenhouse.
my, okay, continue. Man.
Kenosha Guard. Wasn't that their name? Kenosha Unrest, Kenosha Shooting. What's their exact name? Because apparently, oh yep, I was right. It's called Kenosha Guard. All right, thank you. Oh wow. Oh holy crap, guys, this whole story changed. We figured out the name. Oh my gosh, it's incredible. It's all coming. Wait. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it means literally nothing. It's a completely useless point. Damn.
No,
Isn't that
it
incredible?
is because no.
Holy
because
shit,
it's a good reference
guys!
point.
Completely
Because then you
obliterated.
can
We figured
see
out the
maybe
name.
If this militia group has a history of doing not so great things, that's an important
I don't care
point.
what their
So,
history
yeah,
was. I care about what they did tonight. Well, that night.
the dude. So okay. Are you okay? Go ahead and continue where you want to point out the shitty things that he did.
Wait, no, I kind of want to stick on this point because this is really interesting to me. So I said I care about this one specific instance of where this person who was a part of this group who did this certain thing that I believe was wrong. And I mean, I may even believe is wrong. So and then you go, well, you don't even know the name.
Wrong. Okay,
Got
but
him.
first of all, you went from he's
Well,
a
you
really
don't
shitty
even. Well, you
person
don't even know
till,
the
okay, I
name.
believe
Got
you.
him. Well, you don't even know the complete history of this Facebook group in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Very interesting. Well, it doesn't matter. It's not important to. It's not
Well, no, I
relevant to
mean
the
it
case.
does kind of matter because
How?
okay, if you want to hear what I'm looking at is that people are just looking to smear a certain narrative. So again, if the narrative is Kyle Rittenhouse bad, we need to throw everything that sort of sticks that tries to make him look bad, even if it's not really essential for the um, for the overarching is this self defense or is it not? That's all I'm saying.
So does me knowing or not knowing the name matter? Does it change the story any?
Yeah, because I mean, it would then say, well, I've kind of looked into this, and this group isn't so good. Then you could maybe have
I don't
some
care about
weight to
whether
what
the
you're
group is
saying.
bad or
Because
not.
if
I
it's
care
not,
about
if you don't know anything
Kyle
about the group,
Rittenhouse.
you're just looking to smear. Ooh, militia group. Ooh, let's
Well, they
see
are
if
a militia group.
that's what I'm.
Do you disagree with this?
What?
Do you disagree that they are a militia?
Which group?
The group that Kyle Rittenhouse was a part of.
The Kenosha. What is it? You just found out the
Kenosha Guard.
Whatever? No, again.
Do you wait? Did you not even know the name?
No, because
again, you didn't even know
that.
Really wow, you're defending something that you don't even know. Wow, you kind of seem like a hack to me, dude. Man, you're taking a side on this and you don't even know. Man, how do you know if I was even speaking the truth? What if they didn't even have a name? That's incredible. How do you know that I wasn't speaking the truth if you don't even know what was happening? Oh, you were going to check it later. Oh, you only care about the truth after the fact. That's incredible. Oh, very interesting.
To know was whether if you fully researched this. I don't really know about the militia group.
Oh, so you don't know anything about what you're talking about, but you wanted to come in here and talk about
which
this.
Militia group it is.
That's incredibly interesting. That's very interesting. Oh, well, it wasn't my point either.
See if you fully researched this, or
well, I knew the name off the top of my head, so I mean, it must contain some information about this still. Very interesting.
Okay, so you were
extremely interesting.
He's a part of this militia group, and then he went.
So do you agree or disagree that this is a militia group? Because you said that I called it a militia group and that's bad because I didn't know the name.
No, I just wanted to see if there was some credence behind naming.
Okay, so you were like, so you were just testing me like the Riddler. Very interesting. Anyways, so he was a part of this militia group. He came here. He's 17. He was holding a gun illegally. He was a part of his group. I think just going there in the first place as that militia group was bad, but you know anybody can. You can say that was good. Wait, let me I haven't even gotten anywhere yet. Let me like lay this out and then you can talk, okay? Because you chill. So he did that. He went around. He said specifically, we don't have non-lethal. We're ready. We're here to kill if anything goes wrong. He was wait. He was wait, chill. He said specifically, we don't wait. He said specifically, we don't have non-lethal. You can bring up the video.
Well,
he said that. He said we don't have non-lethal. This is what he said.
Right.
If you once I'm done, I'll let you bring up the do whatever. You're like, well, he said that while referring to Care Bears or whatever. Very interesting. Anyways, so he came there specifically with the notion that if he was going to get into a fight, that he was going to use his gun, and most likely he was going to kill somebody. This when you shoot somebody, the likelihood of them dying is far higher than if you push them over or whatever. He did that. There are people where he was walking around who said specifically that he was, what's the word specifically? You know what brandishing, that he was brandishing his rifle at people, causing a scene. That he was brandishing his rifle at people. The legal definition of brandishing, not like just holding it, literally brandishing his rifle at people.
I would love to see those videos. Love to see.
Oh, well, you had some witness testimony from 3 people who were standing there, who's on the very night, who said that this is what that guy specifically was doing.
So if that was true, then holy crap, you should have.
Damn, it's almost like not literally everything was recorded. Anyways, so while that was happening, well, do you disagree that not everything is recorded? Wow, like that thing. Wait, what happened? Wait, what happened before they were chasing each other? Is there video of that? Actually, if we go by your line of logic. Actually, I'm not sure if that guy was chasing him at all. He may be a hologram, just like Kim Kardashian's dad that Kanye West put over. Really? What happened before they were chasing each other?
Oh, I mean, there's been people who have been piecing it together. It's not like
Oh, okay.
one
So there's
video
not
showing
video
it.
of it. They use witness. Okay, so just like the exact same thing
No, there
that
is
you were
video.
really. So that
No,
very
there's
thing that you were
video. You can go and
incredulous
see
about.
it. That's what I'm
There's
saying. I'm not
video of
going
the
off of
actual
people's
incident.
words.
There's
Going
video
off
of the
video
incident
evidence for
of
which
them.
I can verify or not.
There's video of the incident the moment before that guy started chasing Kyle. Yes or no?
I would
So
have
we'll take that
to,
as a no.
because there's
Okay.
a far out view. There's the far out view from which I remember
Of
seeing
before
that
he was
gas station
chasing
that they
him.
were in.
Of before he was chasing him.
It wasn't in the act of like just before. There was laying out, and they saw where Kyle was, and they pointed out where this other guy was coming, and then they went into the chasing mode. So I mean, I don't know how many seconds it was before the chasing, but yeah.
Very interesting. Anyways, like I said, well, very, very cool. So we don't know exactly what happened before they started chasing each other. Just like this very moment that I just said, where witnesses said that he was brandishing his rifle at them. Then he was chased by this dude. He turned around, shot him. I think whether or not that was like literally self-defense, I think he should be held accountable for his actions at the very least.
Again, what does that
at the
mean
very
in
least, wanton
general
endangerment. What?
Wanting endangerment is a charge that you think the statute fits? Okay.
Yeah, maybe. But if they can get him on first, second, or probably not first degree murder, they can get him on second or third degree murder. Then I mean, fucking lock him up. Law and order, lock him up. But once again, I'm not a police officer. I'm bad. I'm not a cop, and I'm also not a judge, and I'm not a juror, and I'm not a prosecutor. So I can't tell you the literal exact thing. But once again, I think what he was doing was bad.
You were a political activist, but not a political hackish activist, and this is
where. So where's the hackish part of this? So I would like you to lay that out.
The part is, basically going in and saying, okay, he's a piece of shit. Saying that he was brandishing this, and you don't, provide this evidence other than you say somebody's provided some testimony. So okay, let's hear that out. Then the huge part is that when I'm looking at Kyle Rittenhouse, people bring out, okay, he traveled across state lines, he had a gun he hasn't should have. So they're pointing to his motives and trying to say he had ulterior bad motives, saying that we have non-lethals. That's like the not revolutionary point of the year. Every gun is non-lethal, so that's not saying anything. That's not saying intent to I want to just kill a whole bunch of people, right? That's like literally everybody who's carrying a gun is showing, hey, this is a non-lethal weapon. So you're obviously trying to sort of mislead and say, "Ooh, you could totally tell he had evil intent tonight." Which again, there were probably people with guns that were sort of on the protesting side. Do they get the same sort of they wanted to kill people kind of assertion? Nope. And when we go to I know that the left doesn't really like to pointing out the motive of the first guy. That really, if this guy wasn't there, and I could still argue that, if Kyle wasn't there, I'm not saying that Kyle was this awesome guy for being there. I think it's, again, you're going to get stupid prizes for going to these types of things on both sides. Past curfew type of shit, nothing good is going to happen from this. You're not helping out black people. You're not doing a damn thing for anybody. It's just people's boredom and people that are psychopaths, which happen to be the first person that triggered all this. He was a twice convicted pedophile. This guy was a psycho. And we actually have video of him yelling before saying, shoot me, NIGGA, shoot me, NIGGA. Where is this in any of your analysis? That's right. You don't show it because you're a hack. You're a political hack. If you cared about the truth, you would show all of it. But because you're a political hack, you don't show that. So what you have to have people buy into is that this twice convicted pedo was actually acting heroically.
What the fuck? Wait, Binder Andy, do you have like a piece of paper? Are you reading this off of a piece of paper? Did you write this down? Do you have a piece of paper? Are you reading this off of paper?
No, I'm not. What? Again, it's not. Again, the left has. The left is adopting this sort of hackish view. So again, it's not shocking that you're playing into it. So again, you're just playing into it like every other left-wing hack.
Thanks,
That's why
Doors'
it's good
models,
to
for the
have
follow. I
Destiny when
appreciate
he
you.
challenges people on the left on this shit.
Are you a Destiny fan?
I like when he has reasonable, truthful takes.
Do you think his
But no,
reasonable take was
I'm
on
on the right, so I
do you think his
disagree with him
reasonable
on a
take
lot
was
of
on
stuff.
Destiny? Do you think that Destiny had
Again,
a
this
reasonable
has
take on
nothing to do
Kenosha?
with Destiny.
Well, I'd
Again,
like to ask
I
a question.
disagree with Destiny
Do
on
you
lots
think
of different
Destiny had a
things.
reasonable take on Kenosha?
Not when he's saying, "Oh, you should just blow things up." Okay.
Do you think that's
Obviously
like
a
in
dumb
general?
take.
Do you think
So
Destiny had a
again, let
reasonable
me
take on
get on to
Kenosha?
where I'm talking to, because you're trying to, oh, I got him. He sounds dumb for
No,
liking his take.
No, I just
Again.
thought. No, I just like to know. I mean, someone can believe that take. I just like to know. Just in general, do you think that Destiny had a decent take on Kenosha?
No, I mean, well, again, what's funny is that the left likes to shit on people that religious, and if they do a dumb thing to get themselves killed, well, that's just
I am
you know
religious.
Darwin taking that's just Darwin taking its course. But then
So when I wait a second, when I hear hack,
shit,
so you labeled me with hack. So when I hear hack, I hear a lot of things. I get a lot of visions. I get a lot of people in my head when I hear hack. But one thing when I hear hack, I hear people like you, because every time you want to bring something up about what I said, you always have to scrapulate to, oh, people on the left. I've heard people.
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen a thing.
Listen,
I've seen a thing. I saw people doing this before. I watched a Twitter video. In all actuality,
I'm pointing out your
one second.
If you want to say, hey,
listen, what I was saying
somebody
here.
else on the right is a hack. Sean Hannity is a hack. Laura Ingraham is another.
When I think that you are a hack, because you go, the instant I say something, you always try to bring it to the left, people on the left. I saw a Twitter video. I remember I saw a Twitter thread. You bring up stuff like that instead of talking about what I actually said. That's very hackish to me. When I talk about you, one second. When I talk about you, I talk about things you said specifically. You wanted to bring up random things about religious people. I am religious. You're not talking to all of the left. You're not talking to the CEO of the left, okay? You're talking to me specifically with my thoughts. I'm personally religious. I don't know what you're talking about, okay?
Laura Ingraham is a hack. Again, you have nothing to do with Laura Ingraham.
I never brought up you saying people on the right weren't hacks. This is once again you not being able to take to understand lines of reasoning. Never once did I say that you said that other people on the right can't be hacks. We can stay on one point at a time, okay, buddy?
Yeah, go ahead. What?
Yeah. So never before did I say that you said that other people on the right aren't hacks. I said that you are hackish for bringing up random things.
So, this is hilarious because you do the opposite thing. You're pointing out anytime where somebody else on the right does something, but that's not evidence of you being a hack. It's so hilarious, so convenient. You can't be a hack when you point out issues, but if somebody else does against you, well, that's evidence of them being a hack.
I never said that.
It's so fucking rich. The irony is so rich.
No, I never said that I never said you pointing out me being a hack makes you a hack. What I said was
you did. You just said you only.
I said this a couple of times. I never said that.
Again, this is if I have a problem with hacks,
are you okay?
If I see you floating across the screen being a hack, of course I'm gonna point it out.
I never said I had a problem with you pointing out me being a hack.
I'm not arguing
specifically
for you to be a conservative. I'm just saying, be a progressive, like a legitimate, truthful progressive, not like Kyle Cullen is a perfect example of a person who isn't a progressive hack. You have TYT, Sam Cedar, David Pacman. All these people are progressive hacks. They don't care about the truth. They just care about slinging shit against the other side. They don't care what's true or what's not. They'll just fiddle around if they got stuff wrong and say, well, no, all the things I got were wrong. It's like, again, this doesn't help further the law for better policies, better discussions about, politics. It's just about like fighting across the aisle.
This is really incredible because I just searched around my room for the person that you're arguing with, and I couldn't find it because I never made any of the claims that you're arguing against right now. I feel like you're shadowboxing some version of me in your head.
Wait, what points that I'm arguing against what? Like
you said that you said that I called you a hack because you said that I
You
was a
just
hack.
did. Yeah. You said I'm a hack because I'm pointing
Hey,
out
does
things.
anybody have a clip of that? Can you bring up the clip? Because
You said it seems
this guy is completely incapable of
did you?
listening to
Okay,
words.
maybe.
So maybe
Sorry,
he
I
can
said
listen to the
you
clip.
said hackish. I used the word hack.
I said that you seemed hackish because when I said something, you weren't arguing specifically against what I said, not because you said I was a hack. Keep up.
No. I use that the left is basically being untruthful for a lot of these.
The thing is, if you ever said something stupid here, and you've said many stupid things here, I would never bring up the right. I would bring up something you said.
Kyle Rittenhouse, I would probably judge that you would say he's a piece of shit, he's garbage, and you'd be against him. Now, I didn't have a specific video maybe to say what you specifically said about it. So yeah, that's fine. I'll eat my words on that. But you're
Your
falling
religious
right
name
into
every
all
god.
of it, though.
I get lost in
saying
Hindu.
what every left hack says about the Kyle Rittenhouse case. So again, I'm going through the video to show you where I disagree with you. Now we haven't finished that, but
you haven't even. You're just arguing with some random idea of the left that you. It's so. Can you just argue against things that I actually say and not what you think the left says or something? Can you actually argue against things that I personally have said here?
I'm sort of, trying to separate. Like, these are the people that I'm sort of grouping into the progressive hack.
I don't care. So you said I was a hack. Okay. So I want to know how I fit into the hack and things that I've said that put me into the hack category. I don't care what other people have said. I don't care what other people said. Just tell me what makes me a hack. Okay, go ahead.
Right. So I was going into the description of that twice convicted pedophile, and I said, listen, you didn't bring up any of this. Okay. The reason you didn't bring up any of this is my example of how you're being a hack. Okay, this is pertinent information because those two people got involved in a situation that then triggered shit, which is unfortunate for the other two people getting shot. Right? Again, I understand what they thought they were doing. I think it was still ignorant, but they're not as guilty.
Oh, whoops.
Obviously, is a psycho. He obviously just got triggered by like them, Kyle and maybe people in his sort of group putting out fires, and he was mad about that. So he was like, fuck this guy. And again, we see some of these videos that show quite evidently this dude is a psycho. He was saying, shoot me, NIGGA. You didn't point that out because it doesn't make your case, because it doesn't go against it doesn't fit your narrative, because you're not for the truth, which is what I've been saying.
Well, for one, I was talking about what talking about what Kyle did specifically. Do you think so? What does him being a pedo? Wait, stop! I let you talk this entire time. I let you talk this entire time. I'd let you talk this entire time. I'd like to ask a question. I let you talk the entire time. I would like to ask a question. So what is him having? So what is he? So what does he being a pedophile have to do with this case? So what does him having to be a pedophile have to do with this case?
Because that shows that he was a psycho. This dude wasn't showing up to show he was in solidarity with Black Lives. He showed he was just like a fucking psycho. And this is exactly what these sort of riot type events attract. I'm not saying like all of these people in Black Lives Matter and are doing some of this rioting and looting. It's the psychos that get attracted because nobody wants to come out against some of the violence. And it's like, listen, there's a lot of these opportunistic psychos that do this crap. It's obvious that he's a psycho. The obvious point to show that he is a twice convicted pedophile is he's a psycho. He's not rationally thinking through shit. He's just like, ooh, I like this. I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm angered. He just thinks like a fucking dumbass caveman. That's why that's important, is because this dude obviously wasn't acting heroically. Because the only way that this first incident wasn't self-defense is that he saw Kyle brandishing the weapon, and this twice convicted pedophile acted heroically. What else would there be to him of not been in a self-defense situation other than this guy acting heroically? That's what you're going to say the most likely scenario is that this guy acted like a heroic dude? You gotta be fucking kidding me. And this is what the left does. They buy into this shit and they have to defend it because they basically said, well, who's the right-leaning person for? We have to develop a counter narrative. And it's like, again, this is what happens. You then have to defend a twice convicted pedophile. Well, maybe he was acting heroically. It's insanity. And this is what, again, this is what the left has gone into. If they would drop some of this dumb, insanity, just
Biden, I
stick to
can't
like
find
the
him.
policies that they want to
I
stick
can't
to. Don't
find him.
stick with the advocating
I
for
can't
like
find
the
this guy.
Medicare. It's like all these individual incidents. You should be concerned about the truth,
Holy shit.
not what like what is.
I must be getting
how do
like
I
ding
have to
dong
portray
ditched or something. This is incredible because you keep arguing
what?
against someone who I can't see.
No, again,
I
you
can't find
didn't
this
bring
guy.
up.
Who are
You
you
didn't
talking
bring
about?
up. You didn't bring up this dude
Where'd
being a
this
twice
hero,
convicted
where'd the
pedophile. And then you said, well,
heroism
what's
thing come
that
in?
have to do with
You
anything?
think that I
What
thought
does
that
him
guy was
traveling
a,
against
you think
another
that I
state
thought
have
that this
anything
guy
to do
was a
with it? That
hero?
has nothing to do with
That's
anything.
incredible.
Him traveling across the other state, these other people that
I
were
didn't
caught
even
up and
mention,
being shot
listen,
traveled
bud,
the same
okay,
amount of miles.
I'm just gonna turn this down for a second. So chat for 1 second, and Cheese, if you're listening, chill, okay? So once again, I didn't even bring up him crossing state lines. I didn't bring up the dude being a hero. Once again, you're talking to some random person. I don't know how many times you've sat in the shower and gone over this like line of reasoning and
No,
gonna tear down every
okay, my
single
bad.
every
You didn't
single
say
thing
across
that
state lines.
that you feel like
You
I
said
was
he's
going to say.
17, shouldn't
But
own a gun. Again,
before that, you should
again, are
even
not good.
but before that, you
These
should
are
even
the
like
things that he
wait
did
for me
wrong.
to say the words before you do your like little screed, because I haven't even said any of that.
Well, okay, my bad. I stick to what you specifically say. So
And this is incredible. Don't you think that this is really incredible that we have to even have this conversation? That you have,
What?
I have to like. Don't you think it's incredible that I have to have this conversation with you? That I have to wrangle you to like, to in this talk that I have to wrangle you and confine you to only talking
No,
about
all
things
you
that
have to do
I've
is say,
said.
I didn't say that. That's all you have to do. You just
That's
have
what
to
I've
say, I didn't say
said.
you didn't cross
I've
state
said this
lines.
like 10 times already, and you haven't
Okay, well,
listened.
then I was talking over you, and obviously I didn't hear you. So my bad.
Apparently, you have been
Okay,
listening
but
this entire time for the things that I've been saying.
no, I have been listening. You
Apparently
again,
not, because you keep talking about things I haven't said.
All right, we're going to pick up where we left off, where you took issue with me stating he was twice convicted pedophile, and then he said, "Well, what's the point of that?"
I just said, I don't know what the point of that was. If you want to say
Again,
that
the
the
point
point,
is to show that
wait,
he's
stop, because I
acceptable.
heard it already. Okay, if you want to say the point of that was because you don't think he's a good person, I don't think that you're
No,
rationally.
it's not about a good person. He's
Wait.
a
I don't think that
psycho.
you're wait. I don't think that you're right, because I'm a little smarter than you think that I am. Okay. Yeah, I know for
Again,
a
you're
fact you
trying
think
to
I'm
say
not
he
smart.
wasn't a good person, and you're building evidence.
I know for
that.
a
So
fact
it's
if you chase some random person who's holding a gun, you're probably not thinking too well. Okay?
okay, that's
This is
awesome. Hear you say
very
it. That's the
true.
first time
It's
I heard you say it.
incredible. You didn't even let me get the chance to say it yet.
No,
This has been
forgot
trying
after
to
all
pull teeth from a tiger to be able to get that out. I didn't even finish my sentence before you started screeching. So, I don't think he was thinking very rationally. I don't think Kyle was thinking very rationally. When you say that
no, I
you
think
play
you're
stupid
thinking very
games,
rationally. If you have
you
a
win
psycho
stupid
running
prizes.
against you,
When you say you
but
play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. That guy's prize was getting shot in the head, and Kyle's prize is going to jail.
right, but I mean, if he's again, yes, that is something he has to wait out. So yeah, but again, this doesn't mean he's guilty of murder, right? Again, if you're acting like
I didn't even say
at
he
that
should be
point
guilty of
where
murder.
he starts chasing him,
The
and you're
most thing
saying,
I
well,
said
he
in
didn't
relation
act
to the law
rationally
was wanton
after that.
endangerment.
What?
The most thing I said that he should be guilty for, based from the law, should be wanton endangerment.
Well,
I didn't even say murder.
Else. Again, you didn't really state you knew
Well,
all
I
the
said
statutes
if
and all this.
professional legal counsel and a judge and a jury convict him on something higher, then I mean, I'm not going to argue with it. I said personally, at the very least, he can be convicted for wanton endangerment.
I'm talking about for which person?
For the two people who he shot, and maybe even more.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's going to be a good amount of evidence you have to support other than he had a gun, he shouldn't have had a gun, Like again, that doesn't hold you from having self-defense.
So
So
what makes me a hack here? From what you heard so far, what
so
makes me a
again,
hack here?
I pointed out this dude was a twice convicted sort of pedophile. Again, this is like this would how a logical person looks through all this. They look, okay, Kyle shot this guy. What was the incident
Thanks so much to Smoldering Sheep for the follow, for being so epic and being so incredibly pog.
doing? Because sort of you're pointing out that he was brandishing, pointing the gun towards somebody, told somebody he had a non-lethal weapon, which again does not mean anything, does not mean I want to kill a whole bunch of people tonight. But then you point to no evidence of like what was this other guy doing? You know, it's like again, that's part of
What he was
what
doing
these people
was
again, it's
chasing a
part of
guy
the
running away
hackish
from him
take.
with a
The
gun.
hackish take is not to show in full context
Do you know
the
why I
other
never
person that
made a
sort of
full
triggered the other
video?
event.
Do you know
Them
why I
showing,
never
hey,
made
shoot
a
me
full
in
video on
IGGA,
Kyle
shoot me in
Rittenhouse?
IGGA. You not showing that, yes, I would say is good evidence of you
Showing
being
showing that where? Where would I show that? When would I show that?
again, right when you were talking where Kyle said, we're just brandishing, you know, we just have non-lethals. So you pointed that out. Why could you
Because I
not have
was
pointed
talking
that other
about
point?
what Kyle has done. With the guy,
Yeah,
the
and
guy's
again,
history
Kyle didn't
before.
just shoot nobody, did he? I mean,
I
wouldn't you want to show that he shot
already
somebody else?
laid out the mental state of the other person when I said that when you chase after a guy. Wait,
again,
stop.
after
You
I started
haven't let me
talking,
speak. You haven't let me finish what I'm saying. So let me finish what I'm saying, and then and then you can respond to it, okay? Because I know for a fact you'll probably have little to no response. I already laid out when talking about the case. Then when you're chasing after someone, holding a rifle, when they're running away, you're probably not in a good mental state. You're probably not very smart, and you probably don't have your best interest in mind. So I've already laid that out. I don't need his whole backstory. I don't need to read his fucking autobiography that you've been able to dig up. It doesn't matter because I've already laid out everything that's important.
Down all the things. So
I did already lay that out. Okay, so this doesn't matter. Your point is moot.
No,
I've already laid it out.
It's only after the fact of I'm saying this guy's a twice convicted pedophile, and they're like, oops, I got to say that this guy was unhinged and wasn't very smart. So you only said that after.
I already said no. I already said that he wasn't very smart.
So you want to move on from that? Is if you're totally not, culpable of basically only telling one side of the story? Go ahead.
I didn't tell only one side of the story.
Go ahead. That's fine.
I didn't tell only one side of the story. I didn't tell only what they're like. The guy was chasing after him. Kyle was running away. Kyle turned around and shot him. Like, what more story do we need?
It's good background information to see. It's not like somebody was just
really
some normal average Joe was chasing him. This was a twice convicted pedophile. I'm saying that's right.
I don't think any normal average Joe would chase after someone holding a gun.
After the fact, okay.
Okay, so that makes me hackish. That makes me a hack.
Yeah, not pointing out the full context, right? Not understand that you pointing out that they both didn't sort of act.
So I have to dig in. So was this guy a convicted pedo at the?
These are equal parts.
Was this guy a convicted pedo like at the protest? Like he had like Phoenix Wright level like really quick court cases.
Was also irrational.
I already said that.
Yeah, I'm just saying that it's hilarious to equivocate those. I'm just saying that they're both not irrational. One of them is irrational. One of them is rational.
Which one's rational?
That's where the difference is.
Do you think Kyle Rittenhouse had this guy's history in his head? He like, oh, this is that guy. He's the twice convicted pedo.
He was there during this whole incident. He's seen this guy act up. So again,
you don't know that
he knew the information that he's a twice convicted pedophile. But when you see a guy saying,
"What do you mean you've seen this guy act up?"
Or you see a guy basically advancing on you when he's basically not done anything but obviously put out fires, done all this other shit. I get the left doesn't want to do that because that's triggering to them. But
putting out fires triggers the left.
Of that, I want to kill a whole bunch of people. The only thing we have as to even claim he was doing something really fucked up like that is these people saying, I saw him brandish weapons. Go ahead, bring that as evidence. Okay? That does not weigh as much as we've seen the actual footage of him doing shit that is just normal, like, hey, I'm here to provide medical attention for Black Lives Matter. Like, again, it would be weird to see this Jekyll and Hyde, but okay, if the evidence
I don't think this is very Jekyll and Hyde at all. It's really weird how you think this has to be Jekyll and Hyde. He can
Yeah, because
come by and
if
be a part
he's
of his
there
group.
providing, if he's there providing medical attention, and then suddenly he was brandishing like his weapon toward he wanted to kill some people, that is Jekyll and Hyde.
That's not
How do
Jekyll
you
and
not
Hyde
see that?
whatsoever.
Okay, that's just a agree to disagree. But
What the
anyway, that's
you
just
think
one of
human
the.
beings are so incredibly one-dimensional? This is really interesting,
No, it's
actually.
not one dimensional. It's just I
Extremely
see a lot of people
one-dimensional.
that are black and white on the issue.
No, 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 no,
That,
no.
that is
You
very Jekyll and
no,
Hyde.
you are very no,
So you
you
think
are
that's
this is
normal? So you think
extremely
that like
black and
a
white.
guy just providing medical attention, going around being chill, putting out a fire, and
He
then him
obviously wasn't going
brandishing a
around.
weapon, saying
Wait, wait,
like
wait.
I'm gonna maybe shoot you. That's
This
not an
is
evil
where
kind of
you
fucked
this
up
is where
thing.
I know for a fact that you're a political hack. When you tell me this guy was going around being chill, he was an angel. He was an angel
Again, I
of
said if
blessing,
that Jekyll
just
and Hyde
dropping
type of evidence
blessings on
comes out,
people,
I'll be willing
just
to
dropping
obviously say,
blessings
well,
on
that's
people.
fucked up.
He had done nothing wrong this entire night. He was literally like Jesus
Because
Christ
I
walking
need
around
to
washing the
see
feet
that
of the poor.
evidence. I'm not somebody who
And
just
then
goes along
he
with some shit.
he
I've
spent
seen
10
the
minutes
evidence of him
rubbing
doing
off
these normal
police are
chill
bad
shit.
from
If you
a
want to show me
wall,
evidence
and then
otherwise,
this
of
makes
course I'm willing to have my
him
mind
a
changed.
literal angel. And then you say,
I'm not
and
saying
then
he's
all
a
of a
literal
sudden,
angel. I'm saying
yes,
he's doing
you have.
normal chill
No, no,
shit.
no. You said that he was
Like there's
completely
no
chill, that he
evil
did
intent.
nothing
The
wrong.
guy just shot the people coming at him. That
You,
takes incredible restraint to just shoot people who are coming fucking at you and not
I
kill
don't think
and
it
not
takes
shoot
that much
anybody else.
I don't think that takes that much restraint to just shoot people.
Yeah, it takes incredible restraint. As soon as somebody backed up, he didn't shoot those people. Holy crap! Somebody with
Okay.
a gun in their hand just sees somebody coming at them. I guarantee you, if people were like, "Oh my god," if I'm seen as evil to these people, like I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
Okay.
Again,
And
it's agree to disagree. So obviously,
I
I
don't
said
even think
if
this is
there's
just agree to
evidence
disagree.
that
I just think
shows
it's
he's got this
really
Jekyll and
incredible
Hyde,
that you
like,
think.
"Ooh, I'm gonna maybe
I
kill
just
all
think
of
it's
you,"
really
when he's
incredible
brandishing
that you
weapon, of
think
course I'm willing to take that.
that you think
Duh, what do you
coming
think?
to a
Do you think my
protest
conservatism
with a
has anything
one
to do
second.
with Kyle
I'm gonna turn
Rittenhouse?
this down for a second.
Did this fucked up
So I think it's just really interesting that this guy thinks that coming to a protest with a first aid kit, putting band-aids on some skid knees, and then spending like 30 minutes rubbing off BLM good, police bad from a sign means that you have like little to no capacity in you to threaten someone with a weapon. This is just an incredible thought to me that this has to be like a Jekyll and Hyde sort of like personality switch. Like the head turns all the way around and it's not Kyle Rittenhouse, it's Ryle Kittenhouse who wields the gun now.
type of behavior. You just don't want to see it that. You just want to see, well, he's really kind of bad underneath. This just nicey shit is it's maybe just kind of covering, but he's a really shitty person. He's just doing
No,
this shit.
the thing is that I just think when we weigh all these things together, when I think, oh, he's helped some people who've been hurt, he spent a couple minutes rubbing off some paint, and then I go, there are actually people on the scene of the night saying that he was threatening people with his gun.
Again, I need to see that evidence. These are just, again, hearsay. So again, I would love to take what they have to say seriously, but come on, this is obviously
Everything
a partisan issue.
that you have said tonight is legally hearsay. They're statements made outside of court. That's what hearsay means.
Again, they have to provide that evidence. So again, if they're going to provide evidence, they're going to need to back that up. If they're going to say, I saw this, well, then they're going to need some other people to obviously back that up. So if they can back that up, then fine. But yeah,
they're a witness. They just give their testimony. That's what it
how
is.
that's not on videotape. But okay, maybe it is. Maybe it just coincidentally did get on
Everything
videotape. And
that we have mentioned tonight
I'll look into that.
is legally hearsay. Everything we've mentioned tonight is legally hearsay because they're statements made out of court to prove the truth of the matter asserted, which is whatever charge is being brought against Kyle Rittenhouse. All of this is hearsay. So don't ever use the term hearsay again, okay?
Well, again, it's not proven, so therefore, yeah, it's not proven. So again, then you could say nothing
Where has
is proven.
proven?
Okay, well, yeah, nothing is proven.
Where You're arguing against someone who does not exist
All
once
we have is
again.
proven is there's 3 dead bodies. That's it. Fine. Okay. Nothing is proven. That's what we're going to go with.
All I said is that everything we've mentioned is hearsay, because the definition of hearsay is statements made out of court.
Again, once you string all the videos together, but that's fine. That's fine if you don't want to string all the videos and just want to take what those people say and then sort of not what really Ray the video. That's fine. Okay. Again, I just think you're setting yourself up.
Yeah, I think
for
witness
huge failure when
testimony.
you're not using common sense.
I think witness
Again, if you
testimony
use
at the
common
night
sense,
is
you'd
really
be able to piece all this together. Like, oh yeah,
oh,
this is
common
kind of like
sense.
a no duh
Oh
kind
yeah.
of self-defense case.
Mhm.
And then the next 2 people
I
getting shot.
see.
It is unfortunate, but you can't just go off of somebody saying it's an active shooter. Again, an
Common
active shooter
sense
is a
says there's
specific
no
definition
possible way
for which
that
they're
Kyle
openly
Rittenhouse
trying to
threatened
kill a whole
someone with
bunch of
his
people.
gun. Okay, common sense tells me should tell me there's no possible way Kyle Rittenhouse left his militia group and then wandered the streets and then randomly threatened someone with his gun. There's no possible way that can happen, right? Because of common sense.
No, of course that can happen. I'm not saying it
Oh, so
didn't
it
happen,
could-
but like
oh,
I have
so
to
it
see
could have
behavior of
happened.
that.
Oh,
All you're
so
saying is
witness testimony saying that he did.
basically said he's 17, shouldn't have had a gun he had. He said he was bringing non-lethal, which again is like, again, it's just reaching. That is beyond reaching for anything. Obviously, that doesn't mean
Nothing
anything.
here is a reach.
And then the next thing you said was, I heard some people saying that he was brandishing a weapon, like, the legal definition. Okay, so again, that's what you're going off of. That piece of information, the legal, that's again would be huge, but that's it. So again, I'll be happy to see that play out.
Witness testimony is just it,
But it
of
doesn't
someone
make
being
sense
threatened with
that a
by
twice convicted
Kyle.
pedophile is gonna act heroically.
Oh,
But yeah, that's why this is why
Once
I'm
again,
logically going
you're
through
arguing
all
against someone who doesn't
I'm
exist.
like, okay, so for him to take away this gun or try to, he would have acted heroically, right? But again, this is the scenario that plays out.
Stop arguing against people who don't exist.
What?
Stop arguing against people who don't exist. Stop.
Well, again, this is what you would have to do. Again, I'm not saying he acted. You're saying he acted heroically.
I
but
never
that's
said
what
he
you
acted
would have to
heroically.
buy into.
No, it doesn't.
If you thought he wasn't justified in his self-defense.
No.
That's what I'm.
No. No.
Oh, so you're saying that he could have brandished the gun illegally. No. This twice convicted pedophile could have never.
I want you to wait. Stop. Because this is going to be the end of the conversation here, from the Kyle Rittenhouse standpoint. Okay. Because I want to stop. I want to stop you right here. Now I want to lay something out here. Let's say for a fact that Kyle Rittenhouse's all the shootings that he committed were in completely 100% A-OK, A plus, double, triple OK self-defense.
Yeah.
Theoretically, if someone puts themselves and other people in danger with their actions, which led up to the action of them doing something legal. Wait, what part of just listen?
Continue.
If you do something where you enter a situation and put other people into a situation in danger because of your actions, even if at the very end you do something legal, does not mean you are now non-culpable for the actions that you've committed. I can 100%. Wait, what part of me? Let me talk. Did you not understand? I can, if I believe so, I can believe Kyle theoretically did legal self-defense, while also believing that his actions leading up to that point in time where he did commit that self-defense means that he should be culpable for the actions to some degree. So is this an incredible thing
culpable? To you? I'm confused by that.
Yes, legally culpable, and morally culpable as well.
That makes utterly no fucking sense. So if he's justified in self-defense, but he should still be sort of like culpable. So it's like a weird dynamic that you got going on there.
It's not really weird at all.
That just goes to my. Again, I don't. That makes no legal sense. I don't see how you can be legally self-defense, in justifiable self-defense, but still culpable. I don't.
Because the reason for you having to do that self-defense could be illegal or morally wrong in the
I
sense
mean,
that
I'd have to look at
you
that, but
put
that
them
it
into
makes utterly no sense. But yeah, I'm
I
willing to
mean,
check
that
it.
makes no
But yeah,
sense
that
to you.
makes no sense.
So if you break into a bank and you break into a bank in the middle of the night
Well, I mean,
and you
there are
start
specific
stealing what
laws.
wait
Again, there
wait
are
so if you
specific
break
laws we're
into a
gonna have to
bank
get
and you
into,
start
and none of
stealing
us are.
money and then the police come and then like some random person hops over the bank fence the bank fence and is about to stab you and you shoot them and that in and of that them running up to you with a knife going for your throat and you shoot them, that's self-defense. You don't believe that that person should be held culpable for that death?
Wait, the person self-defensing himself should be
Yes,
culpable? Of course
the
not.
bank robber.
Why? Why?
You think if you rob a bank, you rob someone's house, you rob a bank, and then you're running
Wait.
away?
I thought you were saying the person just standing there.
No, I'm talking if the bank robber robs a bank and they're
No,
putting
okay. So
people's
no,
lives
no.
in
This is
danger,
no. This
they're
is
taking
no,
hostages, and someone attacks them, and then
no. Of course not.
they
But
do
again,
that. You think this
again,
okay.
this is again. It's just again further shows again how much of a hack you are, because you're trying to say, well, Kyle Rittenhouse basically triggered all these people to, like, be in an unsafe environment. So it's like it's like the rape sort of situation where a woman is dressed too scantily clad, and the guy was like, you know what, I just had no other option to rape. I mean, if she wasn't wearing such a low skirt, I maybe wouldn't have raped her. It's like, what, are you fucking kidding me? Just because a person is in a town for which they do have affiliation, not saying he should have even been there. It's a dumb situation for anybody who's getting in there, either being protesting shit or whatever. After dark, it's just shittiness. But that doesn't mean your self-defense case gets gets washed away, or you have this weird culpable situation where, well, maybe you were justifying self-defense, but I made up this weird like law that I don't know really even exists to say, well, you're still culpable though. Again, it doesn't make any sense, but yeah, I'll look into this. But again, again, it's going to be agree to disagree. I don't really think. Again, I know you don't like the term hack, but
I never even said that I
I'm not
don't
gonna
like the
just
term
not
hack.
take that away because it triggers somebody. It's
What are you
obvious that
talking about?
you're
You're
having
arguing
this
with
thing.
someone who does not exist again. I never even said I don't like the term hack.
Okay, well, okay, well, again,
Why do you randomly
that
put
would be
words
odd.
into my
So
mouth?
again, but you're not
You
admitting
are
that
a
you're
hack. You are a
So you
hack.
don't believe you're a hack.
You are a hack. You are a hack.
You don't
I don't believe
you're
I'm.
a hack.
I don't believe I'm a hack. I do believe
So
you're a
funny.
hack.
Just blame somebody else. That's, again, that is like the Clinton-esque type of move. Just blame everybody what you're guilty of. Okay. Again, the reason I'm pointing out situations where I have disagreements with you is because that's what it's supposed to be about. If you want to say where we agree on, again, I would say we agree on that it's dumb for both people to get involved in this dumb after night type of shit. Okay. Again, I'm just pointing out shit that I
So
even
what else?
disagree
So
with.
what else did you have a problem with me with?
I would say the systemic racism sort of
That's
issue.
crazy
I
because
think
every single opinion that I have on systemic racism is backed up by scientific studies. So what's your problem with it?
you're not taking into consideration the sort of, I don't know, John McWhorter, Coleman Hughes. They go into a lot of stuff where they see the left is going far into this crap. So they're not looking at it in a rational, more truthful way. So you're not including, when you're talking about systemic racism. Of course, I would agree that the um, not having the
And
best
tread
footing
carefully.
in America obviously is going to play to things. Okay, no one is expecting black people to just basically have all the same type of shit, all the same type of levels of income and all of that. So yes, systemic racism, when you talk about Jim Crow laws, slavery, redlining, of course those were bad. Of course those are going to not help that population of people. Again, that's sort of truthfully talking about it. But then when you talk about there's this shift that starts to happen in the 60s and 70s. Okay, if you want to look up sort of the income levels of blacks and the family household incomes, they were actually better proportionally to white people back in the 50s and 60s. You can't tell me that we've suddenly magically become more racist. That doesn't make any sense. We've obviously become less racist now than we were in like the 50s and 60s. But blacks were doing better proportionally to whites. So how do you square that?
So
Because I don't really see. I
so
don't
what's
see.
the hack? So what's the hackish part here? So the hackish part here
Well,
is
the hackest
me
part is that
thinking that
the
systemic racism exists, but black people were proportionally doing better in the 60s.
the
So
hack part
that
is that
so that specifically completely takes away all of the scientific studies that I've ever shown. That is that what you're telling me?
So you're telling me you don't believe that blacks were doing better in the 50s
That's
and
not
60s?
what I
Is that
said.
what you're telling me?
It doesn't matter
Okay.
if they were or weren't. I said systemic
Well,
racism exists.
well, yeah, but again, we have to go into like really defining the terms, and this is where I think the left hurts itself. Where it's like, I think we need to get away from general nebulous terms that mean anything to everybody, and just say, okay, if there was a systemic racist bill that was going to say we're going to fix the shit, right? What you think are the problems, what would be in the bill? Because this general systemic racism doesn't do anything to anybody. Saying systemic racism over it doesn't do a damn thing to help any black
If
person.
some
So let's
people
talk
aren't
specifically.
smart enough
So
to
what would you
understand
put
what
in
the
your bill?
word systemic
What would you
racism
put in?
means, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist.
Again, that's not my argument. I'm saying let's get specific because that actually solves problems. You want to help black people, don't you? Or do you not care about helping black people?
I love black people.
Okay, so let's say you're making a systemic racism bill. Everything that's going to help out black. Okay, tell me what's going to be in it to counteract all you're talking about with systemic racism.
What's going to help?
Yeah,
Police
because
reform.
you're basically
Police
saying
reform,
we
that's a
have a
big
systemic
thing.
racism
So
problem.
police reform, that would be a really good thing. I think taking Camden's route in New Jersey seems like a good way to stop police profiling. I think some what was that in court? It was something specific. Just like a general cultural shift when it comes to people's ideas, especially dark-skinned black people, would work a lot. Racial racial training.
I don't even know like what does that specifically mean? I mean,
What?
you're going to be presenting a bill. You're going to have to be like, okay, we need to change this part. What does that mean? We need to get specific.
What are you talking about specifically?
You're saying we have to get away from cultural things about
Yeah.
dark
Do
people,
you
like
not
dark
think
skin.
some
What does that
things should be
specifically mean?
fixed? Do you not think some things should be fixed through culture?
Again, you specifically tell me what that. Again, that's just generally saying we need to fix certain things about more dark, like the perception maybe of more dark-skinned black people over light-skinned. Like you have to say what are you specifically meaning by that? What do you want
Yeah, there's
to
a
change?
perception of dark-skinned black people that they're more prone to violence, that they're just naturally more prone to violence, they're naturally just dumber, things like that.
Okay.
Okay, and that should be fixed. Do you
You
not?
got police reform. You
There's
got
no bill.
perception
There's
of.
no be nice to black people bill that you can just put through.
Well, no. Okay, I understand that's not something, but you included it anyway. So I'm just trying to drill down and figure out what you even mean by that. So obviously that can be put in the bill, but that's
Do
something
you
you
have a
want to see
definition
filtered.
of systemic racism?
Again, it's nebulous to anybody. It's anything that affects sort of the desperate sort of outcomes. So, but it means something to everybody. Like everybody will include something different. So again,
But that's
the
all
the
words.
general nebulous term doesn't help because you need to show what are you going to do to fix it, because just talking a general term doesn't do a damn thing to solve anything.
Do
That's
you think the
again,
term assault
I
helps?
would think somebody on the left would be welcoming to this issue where instead of using this general nebulous term, how are you going to ever affect change if you just say a general nebulous term for which people can't vote on a general nebulous term? They have politicians in front of them and they're going to offer specific policy prescriptions. But if they never have any idea, well, what actually will help systemic racism, they're never going to help affect change. So that's why I want to get away from that,
Do
because
you
it
have a
doesn't matter if you're on
definition of
left,
systemic
middle, or
racism?
right. Talking about a general nebulous term won't help
Do you
a
have a
person.
definition of systemic racism? Just
Again,
give me
I
your
just said
Just give me
when it
your
comes
definition of it. Please don't give me this fucking like your soliloquy
again,
about what
I'm
the left
saying
said.
whenever
Give me a
when it
definition.
comes to systemic racism, anything that has helped to add to a desperate outcome between different races.
So systemic racism, by your definition, is anything in society that leads to a disparate outcome between two races. Is that it?
Yes.
Damn, that's like the exact definition of what systemic racism is.
again, that brings no, again, that didn't help further the ball with anything. I don't, again, I don't care about the general sort of concept about it.
Do you
Right?
think
I'm
that the
not here
word
to
should
be,
like
oh,
fix
who's got the
like
better
once we
definition. I'm
make
just
the
trying to
word
get it
that
toward the
the
specifics.
like,
Again, it
what are
doesn't
you
matter what
talking about?
you say,
What is it? What
I
is the
say, or somebody
what is
else
it?
says.
Why is it
It
being?
matters about the specifics. I don't know why we're arguing. Why
It
are we
doesn't
arguing
matter
about that?
because I think that you're really dumb, and this just this makes
No, this
literally no
isn't.
sense.
I just got the definition
I
right,
think
and
the
you're like, well, that's the actual definition.
no, because it
Again,
doesn't.
it doesn't
Because
take
then
a
you go on
fucking
this like
genius to figure all this shit
soliloquy
out.
about how it
Again,
doesn't mean
you're trying to
anything,
figure out about
while you
numbers.
just
It's like, dude,
specifically tell
I
me how it means
understand the
something.
general sort of
I like
concept
I like to lay down the
systemic
foundation of
racism.
the
We're
argument, and
talking
your
about
foundation
Jim
is
Crow
one of
laws. We're
sand.
talking about
You're just kind of like
perceived
dumb.
sort of negative inferences about black people that then maybe the society sort of, does toward that group of people.
So what's your problem with
It's not like I
systemic
don't
racism?
understand this
So
shit.
wait. What is your problem? So we know the definition of systemic racism, even though you say it's nebulous and doesn't mean anything. You just put words to it that
fucking
actually
nebulous.
mean
Anything
something.
that adds to a
So
desperate outcome doesn't mean something was inherently racist. The fucking NBA, that leads to fucking desperate outcomes. That's not. There's no racism in the fucking NBA.
well, sir, I think you are
So
completely
that's what I'm
wrong.
saying is that
I think you are
just because
completely
something
wrong.
leads
There
to a
is
desperate income
racism.
doesn't mean that
There
was
is
actually
racism in the NBA.
what?
There is racism in the NBA against white and black people.
Oh my god, dude, you see racism everywhere. Again, of course. Again,
Imagine
if you,
being
bring up
imagine
white,
someone
what's
says
the white
says something and you're
yeah,
like
what's
you
the
have no
racism?
arguments for it. You go,
What's
I
the
can't
racism?
believe you say things. I can't believe
the
you say
racism?
things. You have no argument
What-
against it. You're just
what's the
really
racism?
angry that I even said
What's
it.
the racism, bro?
Here's the racism. Here, let me tell you. Black people usually grow up in worse neighborhoods. Because they grow up in worse neighborhoods, those neighborhoods usually have less opportunity. They have worse schools. Because of that, lots of black people are pushed to do well in things where they feel like they can succeed. Since academically they're put through bad schools and the people that they're around didn't get good education isn't put through as a big way for you to get out of the projects. Because of that, lots of black people go towards things like sports, and lots of coaches like to pick up black people, and they love to push black people because the idea that black people are just physically stronger and faster, except for swimming, I guess, is a thing in society. So that negatively affects white people because they're seen as just physically weaker. It does not help black people because it pigeonholes them into a certain idea of person. Instead of you thinking of a black person, you think of like a scientist or an engineer. You think of a football player or a basketball player. That's bad. The reason why there's more black people in the NBA isn't because black people are naturally bigger and stronger. It's because black people have been pushed and conditioned to this being the way that they make money, get their family, themselves and their family out of poor situations. That's the racism.
Okay, well, again, you incorrectly were framing this as the NBA is racist. Again, your framing is more of the society.
I said there was racism in the NBA.
Again,
That's not semantics.
fine, whatever.
I said there's racism in this NBA. It seems like it's hard for you to keep up with what I'm saying.
Well,
It
no,
feels
the
like once I
NBA
add
is not
nuance,
racist
you
by that
get completely
definition. You're
lost.
saying the society that creates the NBA is racist.
Yeah, the NBA. We didn't find the NBA under a rock in the Serengeti. We made it from society. It's made from people in society. It's
Again,
run
and then
by.
everything
It's
is
paid
society.
for.
Okay, awesome.
Yes, it is.
description. Everything is society. Again,
Well, it's
I was
incredible.
saying is the NBA, and you're saying, yeah, it is because of society. Therefore,
incredible.
ergo, the NBA is then racist because of the society for which we created the NBA. Again,
Damn, there's racism in society, and when society makes things, there's racism in there too. This
right,
is
but that has nothing
apparently
again,
this is
you're
a
not gonna
mind blowing
fix it. Again, what I
this is
was
a
getting
mind blowing
to
thing
is that
to
you're not
you.
going to fix whatever you want to call it in terms of racism in terms of the NBA. You're not gonna
So
fix
is
that
your
in terms of the
problem we
NBA.
shouldn't try to fix this, or your problem is that we pointed out that the problem exists?
No, again, you're not gonna. Again, if you're reasoning from that, you wouldn't fix that what you were deeming racist through the NBA.
So
That's
is
what I
your
was pointing out.
problem we said
have
that
to-
racism exists, or is your wait?
Again,
Wait.
again,
I'm
this
sorry.
is-
Listen. Wait. I'm
So,
sorry.
again, yes,
Hey,
of
this
course
is
we
my
should try to
stream.
change
This
things.
is my
The
stream.
problem that
This
the-
is my stream. So I want to lead this. Okay. I'm sorry. We've been talking for a little while. I want to lead this conversation. So give me a second. I want to get a couple yes or no questions from you. These are not going to be leading questions. All right. So I just want some
Right.
yes or no's
Is
from
the
you for a second.
society have racism?
Wait, let me ask my
Yeah.
questions, because you've been arguing against someone who doesn't exist. You've been arguing against your sleep paralysis demon this entire time. So I want to ask a couple of questions. Do you,
Go ahead.
also thank you, Mr. Nobodies. I'm so glad that you're here. I love you, buddy. Um, do you think so? So do you think systemic racism? Do you think the disparate outcomes between white and black people is a problem? Just yes or no, please. Do you think it's a problem? Do you think if there are
Again, if
disparate
there's more
outcomes,
black people
do you
in the
think that there's a
NBA, no,
problem?
like again, that's actually helpful. Again, it depends on the situation. I want people to actually have
I
enough
didn't talk about the
economics.
NBA specifically. I said if there are disparate outcomes generally in society, because generally society isn't the NBA. Generally society
Again,
is work.
if again,
Okay.
I would have to have the premise on if there is shit that we're doing that is not good, right? That is contributing to that, like, is common sense. Like when you take certain police profiling procedures, yeah, of course, someone something like that. But
Okay, so
again,
that's bad. So you think that
again, if
disparate out
culture, again, if it's systemic, if you term it in terms of society, well, of course we can do anything through society. That's saying nothing, right? We can change things, of
so
course, through.
saying something
It's
is
just the
saying
difference is
nothing.
the left and right has different ways to go about it.
So
That's
saying
that's
something is saying nothing. Very interesting. So saying things that you don't like is
no
saying
saying
nothing.
saying through the society is saying nothing because everything operates through society. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
Is that you
that more sounds like
you
getting at the root of the problem while you're trying to dance around it.
no, I'm saying that there are different reasons for how the society is structuring things. And again, of course you want to see less racism in society. The problem, and this is what I would love to see the left
What's
do,
your
is
problem
just
with my
listen
take
to
on
people.
no, what's your problem with my take on systemic racism? Is it
Okay,
that I say systemic racism exists? Do I say that is it that I think that systemic racism is a problem? Do you think that I have no solutions to systemic racism? Or do you think that the media and like this whatever is concocting a plan to subvert white people or something? What's your problem?
no, again, I think this goes into the Jonathan Haidt of like not understanding where the left and right differ. Again, I understand that you're thinking this is an existential like it's a problem, right? This is how the left use it. It's like a huge, problem that is the result of like bad laws, bad cops. Like it's all these bad institutions doing something bad. Okay, and so I think that again, I can be sympathetic to people that are getting fed misinformation. So again, I'll try to go through this as quickly as possible. But I just think people are getting fed a lot of misinformation in
No,
terms of
stop. I don't want to go through this. I don't care. I don't care about this specifically. So when I
okay,
say
well,
that
what your
police are
issues with
stopped,
systemic
when
racism
wait, I want
is
to go
that
through this one piece of information, okay? So when black people and white people are driving in the daytime, black people are stopped more than white people. When black people and white people are driving at night, black people aren't stopped more than white people. Is this a problem or is this not a problem?
again, you obviously need more information. If there
What
is,
more information do you
again,
need?
because you're going to obviously have cops patrolling in more higher crime areas. Okay, again, I want to see the war on drugs ended. Okay,
No, stop. Tell
again,
me
where they're
what's the
where they're
problem. If it's not
racially
racism,
profiling as
if
the
it's not
result of
racism,
that.
can you give me just some
Of course I
ideas of
don't
what
want to
this
see
could
that
be?
happen.
What
But
could
again,
be the
this is
problem
where
here?
specifics
What causes
matter.
the
If
disparity?
suddenly some
What
people are
give
seeing white
me?
people drive
I
by
don't
the
need a
same speed that
specific
they would
thing.
normally
Stop talking
that
for
they
a
would
second.
normally what?
Stop. Stop talking for a second. I'm not gonna hold your feet to the fire. I know you're not omniscient. Tell me, just give me a couple of ideas. What could be causing this disparity? Do you think black people just
Okay.
drive real loud and bumpy in the daytime, but they quiet down at night? Like what's the problem? What causes this disparity?
Again, I need more information. I
Just
need to like
spitball.
Jesus.
Just
What again?
imagine.
All the way across the nation? What are we talking
This is
about?
across the entire country.
They're being stopped more? Well, again,
Yes. In the
if
daytime,
they're
but at night they're not. So tell me, just spitball. Just give me any idea. Brainstorm. Jimmy Neutron yourself, okay? What could be the problem here?
again, what the fuck are you even saying? White people are driving more. Like, give me what the fuck you're trying to say here.
Black people and white people during the daytime are stopped at different rates. Black people are stopped more. At night, black people are stopped about the same or even less all across the country than white people. What could be the disparity? Just spitball a couple answers.
You could have different people, driving different times at night. You could have people maybe being, prejudiced. You could
Oh,
have
okay.
you could have lots of different reasons. again, we need more information. I'm not trying to back off. Oh my God, there could be some prejudiced cops. Again, if I could just lay out where I think this issue is going off the rails, is that back in the 50s and 60s, things took a bad turn. Okay, there was this negative sort of thing that obviously made sense. It's like, what the fuck? Like, we're being treated differently. This isn't fair. I think that there there was this sort of negative concept. It comes out, I mean, if you look up John McWhorter, you can watch some of what he has to say about it. But this is somebody who was grown up during this time, and so there was this negative sort of mentality that came out that was, of course, understood, but it didn't help further, prosperity for Black people. So again, they were doing better in the 50s and 60s. Okay, so the contributing factor that I wish the left would really take into that yes does have a part in the storyline is that the culture and sort of the welfare program, those did huge
I
things
put this.
to
I put the
detract
study in chat. I
into
put
the
it in general chat, and you can look at it. It accounts for how many people are driving, so it's per capita. So what's
okay.
your like once
Yeah,
again,
again, I
if
can
you can
get
like
in.
spitball.
Again, I've listed the things. I just answered you. It said could be different people driving during different times, or it could be people just racially profiling. So
So people with
those
more
two. I
criminal
can go
records
behind.
are driving in the daytime and they get caught by
Again,
cops, and people with less
again,
criminal records
I
are
just
driving at
gave you
night.
those two reasonings. I have to
Yeah,
look further into this. So again, I'll look into this. I'll get back to you. I'm trying to get out where I wish, again, where I think the left is not really sort of looking at things holistically
I
and
care
truthfully,
about
and for which you're not
me,
going to
not the left.
solve
Stop
the
trying to
problem.
argue with the left. Okay,
Again,
listen.
listen, I know you have nothing to say about this. I'm just trying to get this out so people have some good food for thought. Okay, I know you may not think that there's any sort of good, sort of logic for any of this, but I think there is. I think if you take a look at things truthfully and honestly, you'll be able to see a better picture, and that way you can actually solve things. Because I don't see any of this
I look
shit
at
being
data,
solved.
I look at information, I look at studies. You have been able to provide me no studies or no information for I
Oh,
say
I mean, yeah, I
systemic
mean, I'll be
racism. I
gladly
say systemic
to link
racism
that. I'm just
exists.
getting my, I'm
Well,
giving
go
my
ahead, link it.
overgeneral. Again,
I don't care about your the
again, that's
epidemiology
my
of systemic
problem. You don't give a
racism.
fuck about the truth. You don't give a fuck about the truth, and that's my
I don't
exact
care about the
fucking
random
point.
things that you
Cops
have to
don't
pull
give
up.
a fuck about the truth. Okay?
I
Because
care.
here, the shit went off the
So
rails in
studies,
Black
wait, so
community
studies aren't the
because of the
truth? When I
welfare
provide you
system.
studies, those aren't the
Obviously,
truth?
if you put two people out of the household, they're not going to get a good upbringing, which is not going to allow them to grow, which is not going to allow them to have a good
Why are they
income,
out of the
which is not
household?
going to allow them to carry wealth.
Why are
So
they out
it's
of the household?
understandable that obviously people didn't have the best footing because of Jim Crow laws,
Why are
because
they
of
out of the house?
slavery,
Oh, because
but
they're
it
out.
doesn't
Oh, it goes
help
back
the
to slavery.
situation.
It's
So
incredible.
I want the welfare system fixed, and I wish the conservatives would make that argument better. But yeah, that has done huge damage to the Black community. And also, if you want to look at what's inside the culture, you look at the music. The left does not want to take a look
Okay,
at the
listen.
culture. It's like
No, I think that
again,
no,
I'm not
we're
saying
not
the
getting into the
government thing
music
can fix it,
argument.
but
This is
again,
really
you're
dumb.
just saying if
This
you
is
look at
really
women
stupid.
as just a
Okay,
whole
listen.
to just pump some shit
You can
into,
give me your
of
outro,
course
okay?
that's going to be negative.
I think we gotten
Of
basically
course
everything we
that's going to
needed
be
from
fucking
this.
negative. So
You
those are the two
give me
things
your
the
outro,
left
bud.
doesn't want to talk about: the huge welfare system, and yes, because of the economic system.
Thank you, buddy. Well, I hope you have a good one. Take care of yourself, okay? That's amazing. Okay. Any fans of the culture? Amazing. Amazing. We did it. We did it, everybody. We did it. I think that's all I can get. I love the part when he was like, "You don't care about truth. All you do is send me scientific studies." Oh man. Yeah, we really found some good ones tonight, huh?